Taurus, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, you have my love. I appreciate you. If you're brand new to the channel or just cross-watching, I'm JT. We're going to do a general reading again, and do keep in mind that these cards, sometimes they line out, sometimes they don't. But I'll give you the best explanation of the cards that I can, okay? Do keep in mind, I also put your haiku poems right before your reading starts, okay? All right, we'll shuffle up and talk about this. Taurus, I wish for you clarity within this reading. I wish for you peace in your life, harmony, abundance, whatever that definition is for you. I wish for you that if there are people around you um, that are in the third party situation, that they be brought to light. I wish for you people around you understand who you are, that you declare yourself. All right, we are going to talk about your present energy, your crossing challenge. We'll look at the foundation, the recent past, possibilities, the near future, the self, the environment, the hopes, fears, wishes, or worries, and the outcome and the direction. All right, Taurus, while I'm looking at these cards, here are your brand new poems from Haiku Corner. I'll be right back and we'll talk about this reading. Okay, Pisces, we start off your reading with the Ace of Wands, okay? For some of you, this is Eureka moment. Some of this is about passion and fire in a relationship. And some of this, the Wheel of Fortune. We're going to talk about this if you're down for it, okay? We got this Ace of Wands energy that's saying to me, somebody feels a sudden urge of attraction towards you. The reason I say that is because we got a King of Cups, we got a Page of Wands energy. So this could get a little I don't know, something's waking up inside of you here, desire, momentum, right? Clarity. Maybe for some of you, it's a spark that you thought you might have lost, right? If we're talking about the masculine energy, the spark is somewhere between the toes and the lower chakra range. That's what I'm saying. Okay, this is that masculine. I want to text you at 2 a.m. in the morning because I got something to say. The feminine energy here is glowing magnetically, and we're going to talk about that too. We got that Queen of Wands energy, but this could look like a brand new job lead too. Okay, we'll move away from the sexual energies there for just a second, but yeah, it could talk about an opportunity for some of you, a project, like if you're side hustle or something like that, or you have your own business. It could also be like a promotion or a job. You know, I don't know, just kind of moving up. It's also about maybe studying new skills or mindsets, something like that. Okay, but it's all about motivation, random burst of motivation, just kind of reorganizing, spring cleaning out the brain, right? Anyway, it could be like a creative idea. Um, for some of you, it hits you about shower time. You know what I mean? this is this is also flirtatious. All right, I got to go back to the spicy bowl because like I said, we got these other energies going on. Maybe your body's glowing up, and the masculine sees it. It's like, or the feminine sees the masculine glowing up. Maybe he's been hitting the gym, working out, but it's got presence here. Okay, we're talking about bold things here, impulsive messages. Flirting harder, acting more confident. It just has initiating and receiving attention kind of effortlessly in the, in the energy here. Synchronicities, maybe around candles, something like that. We are talking about the wands here as a candle. So, and I feel like maybe you keep noticing some of you could have started that spring cleaning, right? Went out and bought you some new fresh scented candles. Just keep in mind, that's what this is talking about, right? But anyway, it represents to me that inner spark relighting up. Okay. It's action here. All right. We're going to talk about this Queen of Wands energy. Fire signs, you guys, lots of them in here. Okay. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be, but could be. We also have cups and earth signs as well. But hang in here. This is the challenge here in this card, the crossing challenge. I feel like this is allowing yourself to believe how powerful you are, allowing yourself to really feel desirable, to really feel visible. Okay, some of you may have struggled with this. Okay, it also has kind of a little bit of an intimidation in this. Okay, and I'll tell you why here. But look, this next part, it's going to be soft. There could be a third party energy here. Okay, watching, your social, something like that, someone comparing themselves to you. But it also has kind of like you might be dimming your light. Like I said, it has a little bit of a bite to it, and I'm wondering why. It's like, I don't know. You've got this. You have this energy that you can attract anybody you want here. More people than expected. And I feel like maybe there might be somebody around you that's acting kind of weird because you're leveling up. That could be a friend, somebody you work around, something like that. But I think you feel it, and I think you feel it too much. And sometimes I think you question whether you feel things enough. Like you're stuck in this place where I feel like I'm doing good, everything's going good, but then you just kind of you fall back. Perhaps there's like a romantic interest on your mind or something like that, and there's a little bit of an intimidation there, and perhaps it's because you're feeling like, I don't know if I'm attractive enough, or am I capable of this? Am I capable of doing this? So, you or this other person, you may have kind of a situation where there's a little bit of avoiding of the eye contact. Maybe for some of you, it's kind of over explaining, a little passive aggressive there, nothing major, but your blow up, you are the black cat magic, right? And there's such a mystery around you. Yeah. So anyway, I'm thinking, some of you could be resonating with the fox here. Okay. And I'm just going to say, because she is a fox. All right. That is an old school way of saying sexy as hell. But I'm saying the fox, right? It's clever. It's watching. It's assessing. The Queen of Wands is definitely someone who's very observant. Okay. Anyway, we're going to talk about the timing here. And I think this is going to peak sometime during the next planetary shift. We're talking like Mercury or Venus transit here, and that's a once in a lifetime scenario is what I'm getting at. It's one of those deals where you're feeling a definite shift in communication or in love. Something is definitely moving here. Okay, this is why in this foundation you got this King of Cups energy, right? This is all about deep emotional maturity at the root of everything that's happening right now. Okay, someone or somebody with some emotional depth is crushing down hard, or this is the version of you that's finally like ready to move without fear. It is in your foundation energy, but we're talking that blue eyes, soft browns, those kinds of energies. The masculine's looking really, really good in them jeans, and the feminine is she's got craving that emotional safety written all over her, and all he wants to do is hold her. But this is a person that, like I said, they're kind of watching you from the outsides. We could be talking about water signs here: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We don't have to be. Like I said earlier, you had that cups in your energy as well. But I don't know. Maybe somebody has a really high influence, over your emotional patterns at this time. All right. It could be, it could be like a parent or a mentor or somebody, that's kind of has that influence around you. But I feel like it's a romantic interest here, and I feel like it may be somebody that's got you in your dreams. Maybe kind of challenged your intuition a little bit. This may be a person around you that speaks really gently. Okay. And I feel like they're just kind of watching to see, kind of hesitating before maybe confessing, or I don't know. It's like this is the kind of person that will show their love, action wise, instead of like words. They don't really move that way. It's more emotionally deep, right? And so I think you're picking up on it, with that Queen of Wands energy. It's very intuitive, very receptive. So I kind of feel like that might be the case here. But anyway, there is definitely some kind of an emotional truth that's about to resurface for you, Taurus. Okay, we're going to talk about this next card in the recent past, and we have the Moon. Again, another Pisces energy here. So somebody could be, like I said, Pisces could be in your energy, could be, in your timeline. This is all about the confusion, the illusion that maybe you were asking yourself, was this person being honest, with you? Was you being honest with yourself, how you felt, right? So I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off. Check it out. Someone might have been giving you the hot and cold energy, holding out on the feelings type of situation, but I feel like you're sensing maybe that something might have been a little off without the proof, okay? Um, and so it kind of got you back in that mindset, and which is part of why I said at the very beginning, within that Ace of Wands and within that Queen of Wands, what the emotions are bringing up. The Moon kind of exposes that type of energy, right? So it's like, that third party might be causing the confusion, and then there's that other person, right? The crush or something like that, maybe acting a little weird because of their own insecurities, and so it got you to overthinking. Now you're overthinking their texts. You're overthinking the silence, right? And so it's a little bit of that karmic pattern, kind of patterning, type situation resurfacing back to the top. So, so for some of you, the dreams that you're having could be kind of revealing the truth for you, like a, kind of a secret coming to light. So just kind of pay attention here. But I feel like there's going to be this energy that says, I'm going to avoid your direct answers. I might delay my texting a little bit or act a little inconsistent, and that could have been in the past, which caused a little bit of confusion, right? And you're intuitively kind of picking up on that, so it's like sensing the truth here. All right, let's move on though. Talk about these possibilities here. This is why it's all good. I feel like it had a little bit of bite, but here's the reason. It's like this is all about reciprocity. Fairness. Someone wants to give a lot more now. For some of you, this could be like that unexpected check coming in, that that bonus, some kind of if, like I said, with the side hustles or something like that, something is about to break loose here in the finances situation. You do get that Wheel of Fortune. We'll talk about that too. You also have the Eight of Pentacles. So something's about to break loose, new clients or something, new partner. Definitely, you're definitely in this mindset of like, I'm going to set a new goal here and I'm going to clear this bitch. I'm going to manifest bills are forgiven, or at least bills are reduced here. This is lottery or luck or some kind of unexpected money as well. But I feel like somebody's about to show up here and offer some help. Okay. This could be like, somebody who initiates some plans to help you get organized, or to do something in this situation, so it's got both masculine and feminine energy here. It's got giving, for the masculine energy, and the feminine energy is in the receiving. So, but it's all about alignment here between the giving and the receiving. Okay. Support, or that clarity that's about to arrive. Okay. Around some kind of a celebration or something like that. All right. Now let's talk about this near future and more cups, and the 10 of cups at that, right? This is, all about family energy, connection, fulfillment. Some of you could be in a social group or something like that, that brings you peace. This could be anything from like deep love to someone seeing you as your wife material, your husband material, even if they haven't said it yet. Okay. And so this could look like, I imagine a life with you. It could look like a relationship that's about to level up, or, that crush. We're going to talk about that there, that crush that may become serious, right? A reunion or some kind of reconciliation, what I said earlier here, okay? A long-term vision that's going to become clear. Like I said, we got this Wheel of Fortune, which we're going to get there. But this could mean, that person in your energy that's going to soften up. They're going to open up and talk about the future with you. Okay, so the masculine energy is a little protective, but definitely committed. Okay, and the feminine energy is definitely in that nurturing. We saw that with the Queen of Wands, right? Nurturing and receptive and open. So this is a beautiful energy. This is my old '90s R&B tunes. Um, just something that makes you happy inside. You're thinking of home. It's got, this the stability in the music, right? Heart to heart is really what I'm getting at here. There's something about that is just, it's going to change everything for you, right? Now we got this Self. Again, more pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. This is mastering a skill. you know, a new job opportunity, that side hustle. Like I said, you've got pentacles here. And it's showing me discipline, you know, it's showing dedication. Somebody's, and it could be that partner. And it could be something about that partner that's making you want to upgrade, you know, not only your appearance, but your financial situation. This could also talk about, you know, routines that you're sticking to, you know, becoming way more confident in what you do. It's consistent, it's intentional, and definitely, you know, it has commitment in it. We saw that, and it followed right behind it, you know, the 10 of cups, which is all about commitment, right? So there is some serious commitment coming in for you, Taurus, right? The masculine energy in this is disciplined, and the feminine energy is all about refinement here. Okay. This is, you know, it's being guided toward mastery here, you know, and I feel like the breakthrough for this situation is whenever, you know, it's when you're at your busiest time, but free flowing, not overthinking, right? Just at that busiest time, something's about to break loose for you. We have this environment card, the Page of Wands. Now, here's where some steamy fire comes in. You're excited, you're curious, and I think you're ready to reach out. I think this person may be ready to reach out. You know, you can expect the flirtation; it's coming. Um, you know, someone's watching you, the new admirer, or you know, that creative spark for some of you. You know, maybe there's a somebody in your friend group that's hyping you up right now, and it's got, you know, I want to invite you out. That spontaneous invite, that fun date or a new beginning. It's just got, you know, I'm going to send that funny, playful emoji. Some of you are going to have some of that sexting action going on. I'm just saying it's impulsive, right? But it's exploring, and that is the energy, exploration, right? It's got that brand new, friendly, fun, laughing, playful, curious kind of energy. So I feel like this is someone very specific, okay, that you know about. And I'm talking maybe within 3 to 6 weeks here, uh, not repeated later, right? Just within 3 to 6 weeks. Communication picks up quickly on this situation. Hopes, fears, wishes, and worries, and it keeps coming. Taurus, this is wonderful. It's like, it's not a warning. This is all about clarity, okay? This is about, yep, the timing, the completion of karmic lessons, the sudden opportunities, that relationship shift, everything. Okay, so we know with the Wheel of Fortune, there were some major life decisions, you know, that you had to go through to get to where you're at or about to choose, right? But it's all about that lucky moment. We just saw that. We just saw that energy, you know, that luck, that fun. It's the upswing here, you know, the relationship shift, everything taking a really beautiful turn here, you know. Yep, I think you're going to hesitate a little bit. I think you're going to overthink, you know, or you're going to wait for some signs or something here. But I feel like this feminine energy is definitely about to trust the flow in things. You know, you're resisting change just a little bit. It pulls you back into that masculine energy again. But I feel like your intuition is definitely confirming some kind of a brand new shift here. Just allow it to take place. Okay, this is a turning point that aligns with what nature intended for you here. Okay. Not dramatic. We're going to talk about this outcome and the direction for Taurus. We got the 7 of Wands, the warrior stance here, protecting your peace, choosing yourself. This is your superpower, Taurus. This, you know, I'm going to unpack this for you. You're saying no without guilt now. This is that person who's fighting for your attention. Okay, it's coming. The partner that's going to prove themselves here. Excuse me. You know, this is about that job. You know, that opportunity or whatever that's going to show up, you know, the romantic interest stepping up, you know, that job I just said, it's um I don't know, it's kind of like it's going to respect your boundaries. I think you're going to have more choices within what you do, whether it's your workplace, you know, that side hustle, whatever it is. I feel like an opportunity is opening up here. You know, the 7 of Wands is all about defending your progress, so I feel like there's a breakthrough after just a little bit of resistance here. There's a little bit of resistance in this card, but I think it's like, you know, you're becoming firm, clear, unapologetic, that type of energy. So the masculine energy is definitely protective of you if you're in the feminine stance here, you know. And if you are the feminine, it definitely has empowered. We saw that with the Queen of Wands, you know. And I feel like there's definitely a mirroring type energy going on here. So you're seeing the real truth in this card, okay? Um, the boundary becomes the breakthrough, okay? This is all about it's all about you stepping into the version of yourself that no longer apologizes, right? It's powerful, it's magnetic. It's all got it's definitely got reciprocity here. You know, with that Ace of Wands, that's showing that your spark's returning, you know, and the Queen of Wands being that challenge. it's showing that your glow is definitely triggering some people, but it's attracting the right ones. You had that King of Cups in the foundation. So it definitely shows emotional maturity here shaping up, right? And the moon, confirms that, yep, you've walked through confusion and you've come out wiser on that situation. But that 10 of Cups, it just keeps going and going, right? It's all about emotional fulfillment here. So I do definitely feel like, this is a season of rising, reclaiming, receiving all those really good energies here. And I feel like, you're becoming the version of yourself that life always meant for you to be. And I think that. And the intuition with the Queen of Wands energy right there, it's beautiful. Taurus, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope this was clarity, confirmation, something. If you loved it, give it a thumbs up. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave last week's video right here. If you haven't seen that one, check it out. Anyway, I love you. I respect you, Taurus. Hope to see you on the next readings, okay? All right. Bye-bye.